Anybody on Capitol Hill listen to Mr. Mnuchin, Kevin?
Well, I think that the folks driving the horse on tax reform are Republican leadership. We'll get the Senate tax plan later today, Tom. But look, Secretary Mnuchin, as we heard in Mike McKee's great interview with him, is definitely still a factor here. There's no question. I
mean, within this, Michael McKee, within the grilling, and I mean this with great respect. You grilled the guy yesterday. What did he let down? When the mask? And the guy's got the Hollywood mask. I mean, it's like he's an avatar or something. The mask came down. What did you glean?
Well, you don't glean a whole lot from him because,
exactly.
as you mentioned, he is on his talking points. But what you do glean out of that interview is that the White House isn't sure where tax reform is going because the Senate hasn't come up with a plan yet. They're going to announce today, in theory, an outline. Well, we had an outline of the House plan back in August, and it didn't really get them anywhere, and it changed a lot. So they're still struggling to find the pieces and fit them together for this bill. That's one of the reasons that the president left Stephen Mnuchin and Gary Cohn back in the United States when he went to Asia so they could oversee this process.
Mike, why is it so difficult?
It's difficult because they're running up against the immutable law of mathematics. If you're going to try to do a tax bill that can only lose $1.5 trillion over 10 years, you've got to make all those numbers work. And it's not fitting into the cap right now. The Congressional Budget Office yesterday came up with a number of $1.7 trillion for the House bill. So they're over the number already. And it's very hard to make this work if you're doing that. And especially since they're not working with Democrats at all, they're trying to come up with a plan that satisfies only Republicans. You can see the tension over the state and local tax deduction that people are allowed to take in the United States. The House very worried because Republicans represent a lot of districts in New York, California, places that use this deduction, whereas in the Senate, the senators who represent New York and California are Democrats. They don't care. They're talking about repealing the whole thing.